Welcome to the iStart Insider podcast, where we dive into entrepreneurial journeys of young innovators, startup founders, and industry experts. I'm Pranay Ayalasomayajula, and I'll be your podcast host for today. In this episode, we're excited to welcome Parimala Rajesh. And Pari, would you like to talk about yourself just a little bit?
So I'm Carrie. I'm current undergrad at MIT and graduated from Cumberland Valley High School. I was involved with iStart Valley, both the Youth Executive Committee and the AI Innovation Council, and took several classes and seminars with iStart Valley during that time when I was in high school, and kind of been in the alumni network since then.
My first question is so Pari, I saw like your academic path has led you like incredible places like PGSS and MIT. Like, what moments made you realize like, oh, I want to pursue science seriously, or oh, I want to join iStar Valley and stuff like that?
Yeah, so I think I've always been really interested in kind of like what's going on around me and curious about how everything in the world works. Um, that kind of led me to explore the world around me. Our family would often go camping, hiking, road tripping through national parks and the outdoors, and also visiting like museums and learning more through that. And naturally, that kind of brought me to my interest in science. And currently, I'm studying engineering, so
Yeah.
that's kind of what brought me here.
Oh, okay. Nice, nice. So, like in high school, while like others might have been stuck to like normal classes inside their high school, I saw you said that you went to PGSS. What motivated you to go there and do that summer experience?
Yeah, so I really like I said, I'm
Yeah,
very curious, excited to explore what's around me and kind of find those extra opportunities, but I'm really just grateful to the mentors that I had throughout my life and specifically like during high school who were like, "Hey, here are opportunities for you. I know that you enjoy science and PGSS seems like this really great opportunity." And they were right. It was really a great time and I'm very grateful for having those people in my life who can kind of um exposed me to like these new opportunities and yeah, it's kind of how I was motivated to apply to things like that and even motivated to go out and do things beyond the classroom.
yeah, yeah. So I saw that like you presented to like the Cumberland Valley School Board. So like, what was going through like your mind staring there? Like, were you nervous and like what was going through your mind when you're like representing to like a whole statewide program? Because I know a lot of people that they have these ideas in their mind, but they don't really like know how to express them out. So what was kind of going through your mind, and what were you thinking of as you're presenting to that board?
So when we went to talk to the school board, it was me and one other person from my high school, and we both had gone to PGSS together. And we were kind of wanting to share our experience and kind of have the school board understand what a great experience PGSS was and kind of make that a possibility for other people in the school. It wasn't really a program that a lot of people in our school knew about. Like I said, I kind of heard of it from one of my teachers at the time said that I should consider applying to it, and I looked into it. So we wanted to talk to the school board and tell them that, like, hey, there's this program that a lot of people might be interested in, considering there are so many people who love science and are really interested in pursuing science even beyond high school who graduate from our high school. So standing there, it was like felt very powerful to be able to represent the people that I just met over the summer and that program as a whole and kind of bring that into my, like, more immediate community with my school board of my district. Yeah.
So as a member of the YC at iStar Valley, what was the most meaningful project you got to lead or like basically co-create?
I was in iShort Valley for a while, both the YEC and the AI Innovation Council, the YIC. One of the most powerful ones that I was, like, helping lead was we did one of the first global hackathons. It was really a great experience to see these people from not only, like, states across the United States, but also, like, from around the world who were kind of all virtually connecting with each other and, uh, you know, getting into this entrepreneurship mindset, talking about, like, "Hey, like, how can we create this product? How can we integrate all these things together and kind of have this pitch that we can present at the end of this weekend?" and just really working hard, just those 3 days, all working together, fully virtually, being able to see that all come together and then going to like the pitch presentation at the end and seeing that, um, how much work was done over that weekend and having the judges like look at that, react to that. It was really a very fulfilling experience being able to like run that and make that happen.
Okay, nice. Work with like other high school innovators can be both exciting and challenging. So like how did you handle leadership conflict or like moments when like your idea with someone and someone else's idea didn't really like align? Like you guys didn't really have like share the same idea or concept on something.
So I think the best way to handle any kind of conflict or just like not even like all the way to a conflict, but just like, oh, you're slightly disagreeing about this one very specific thing. I think that the easiest and most direct way to resolve anything like that is obviously communication.
Yeah.
So really just like, oh, we're over text and seems like we're not completely agreeing on this. Let's hop on a Zoom, talk real quick, and kind of figure out what people's thoughts are and combine all these thoughts in a way that gets our goal achieved. Because, working as a group to make something happen, how do we best make that happen with all the thoughts that we have in this group? Whether or not they're like perfectly aligned, we can combine them in such a way that does represent what we think as a whole and what is best for what our goals are.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
yeah, communication really.
So at your time during PGSS, I was wondering if you could share like a lab or like a lecture moment or just some moment in general with your time at PGSS that kind of like changed how you think and like changed your thought process in general.
Uh, Before I take a very specific moment, I will say that PGSS as a whole kind of changed my outlook on specifically doing research. And I'd done science fair for many years before that, but doing research in a lab at CMU was really like an experience that got me very excited about doing research in college and in the future. That project that I did, which was working with Hubble Telescope data for the Carina Nebula, was really like a transformative experience. And working with that small group and like sitting there for like or like working on it for a whole week and getting that paper out and getting that published and then presenting to this like huge audience of like this big lecture hall with our professors that had just been like teaching us these classes for the past month, our peers, our parents, our teachers that we've invited, our high school teachers, just a amazing experience. I think that that moment really changed my outlook and made me very excited about doing research.
To kind of give you like a new perspective and a new enjoyment on writing research and finding different aspects of research in general.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So I know like getting into MIT was like a very big accomplishment. Congratulations. Was there like any moment in your process where like maybe after submitting your application or like you kind of had doubts thinking, oh, I don't know if this is gonna happen or not?
Absolutely. I think that any process where there's so much out of your hands and there's only really that much I can do. All I can do is, write my essays, submit my transcript, and the rest is in the hands of the universe, really.
Yeah.
I think that there were many points where I had doubts, but I really think that, I mean, kind of looking back on it, I can definitely say that regardless of the doubts that I had, there was really nothing more that I could do than put forth my best effort and get as many people to like review things for me or like ask people to write my letters of recommendation and bringing all that together was a process. But yeah, I mean, there's really only so much that I could have done. And I think I put forth my best effort. And regardless of the doubts, that's just how the process is.
So like you already done more than like most high schoolers. What haven't you done that you're like that you want to try at MIT?
So I've already been at MIT for 2 years. I'm almost at the end of my sophomore year now, which is
Yeah.
crazy to say out loud. But I've really been enjoying all the classes I'm taking, especially this past year. I've been getting into like the actual classes for my major, which is aerospace engineering. And it's been a really like exciting experience to
Yeah.
learn these topics that I've been informally like reading about and kind of doing projects on, but never actually taking a full class on until now, which is really great. aside from that, it's also exciting to be in these different clubs outside of the academics and having a community that kind of really supports each other. My dorm community is what is where my main friend group is, and my community in this institution. I think that it's a very exciting thing to have that community that empowers each other, tries our best to support each other, regardless of like what stage of college we're at. We're all like, you know, basically working together and working with each other to empower everyone. I guess to specifically answer your question, I've already tried so many new things at MIT, and I'm very excited about continuing to do things like that. One of the clubs that I'm in is the Spinning Arts Club, and it kind of incorporates dance and fire. So we
Oh,
spin props on fire, and there's a lot of safety and training that goes into it. But it's really exciting for me to incorporate my experience with dance from all my years before college, but then coming here and bringing in that new aspect of like fire and light into that dance and kind of performing that for an audience and seeing the performances of all the other people in the club and working with other people to do performances in groups and things like this.
okay. So like, I know you applied to MIT and you obviously got in. So like, what part of MIT's like academic environment made you want to apply there? Was it like the research, the students, the startup culture, like the academics in general? What made you really say, "Oh, I want to apply to this college"?
I I think that the main thing that compelled me from the beginning was that it is like the best, if not one of the best colleges for my major. And beyond just that point, with like the academic aspect of that, like the classes being like that, is also the very strong research environment that pushes students to like put in their best effort into research and working with grad students and professors to have that like practical experience beyond the classroom, I guess. And in addition to that, of course, like the students, the culture here is wonderful. And like I said earlier, like having that community that really pushes you to do your best and put forth your best effort has been really great and is what compelled me to even apply and go here.
Okay. So one last question. So like, what kind of impact do you hope to leave behind? Like not just at MIT, but like in the broader world of science and like innovation.
Yeah, that's a pretty powerful question. I hope to be a part of a positive, lasting change in whatever community that I exist in at any given moment. So right now, I hope to have a positive impact on the community around me and MIT as a whole. In the future, I hope to take this mindset into wherever I go and collaborate with those around me to kind of create the most positive impact that I can in the engineering world that I will be in after I graduate here.
Okay. That's basically it. Thank you for joining and all the best of luck to your future at MIT and the rest of your career.